Good morning, I'm Josh, and this is the weekly update for Redeeming Grace Church. It is Labor Day, September 7th of 2020, and a few things going on. First of all, we have our small groups that are happening. The small groups meet about every other week, one on Mondays and one on Thursdays. And what they do is these groups of people get together and discuss the sermon from Sunday and apply it to one another's lives. Just think through the passage and kind of dig in a little bit deeper into what was preached on Sunday. And then there's some sharing of life updates and pray. And at this point, I think the groups have been meeting in a park. Eventually, we want to move them back into homes as COVID recedes and people's comfort levels grow. We want to move those back into homes, and eventually even around a meal, sharing a meal together, discussing the sermon, praying together. That's our model of small groups. And the reason we do it that way is to keep everybody in step by discussing the sermon. We stay in step with one another, and we know that everybody's having the same conversations, and we're going slow, but we're applying deeply the truths that we are learning together on Sunday mornings. And so let me know if you're interested in that. This Saturday, September 12th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., we're going to have one of our teams going out to deliver furniture through the Love Inc. Clearinghouse Ministry. The way it works is that people in our community that have needs can request furniture that's donated to Love Inc. And then after doing some service or taking a class, they earn this furniture, and then what they have is they have churches deliver the furniture on behalf of the ministry in order to build relationships with these people, so that it's clear that it's Christ's church that is meeting these physical needs, and then also offering an invitation to engage in the life of their church and engaging spiritual needs. And so we have an agreement with Love Inc. and their ministry that every request they get within 1 mile of the journey, just a circle around the journey, 1 mile radius, that those are our responsibility. And we have a team that goes out every second Saturday and another team that goes out every fourth Friday to do those deliveries. And what we do is we get to meet the physical need that they've requested. And then what we get to do is we get to pray with them. We get to share the gospel if God allows us to do that. Give them a gift from our church. Learn a little bit about them. And then also share a little bit about our church. And the fact is that we're just walking distance from them. So it's our way of taking responsibility for loving our neighbor. And it does many things. One, it gets us in the community, meeting real people and understanding their needs and understanding their strengths. And it allows us to put together both the meeting of physical needs in the name of Jesus, as well as creating avenues to share the gospel of Jesus Christ and extend friendship and community. And so there's so many great benefits to being a part of one of these teams. And so if you're interested, we would love to start more teams or have you join us on one of those teams just to experience what this is like to bless somebody and then get an opportunity to share Christ and pray with them. And so I had a great text yesterday from someone that we delivered to a month ago who is requesting a ride. They want to take us up on our invitation to come to our church. And so next Sunday, we're going to have somebody go pick them up and bring them to church. And we're just really excited about that. One of our neighbors coming and checking us out because of this ministry. So would love to get you involved, would love to create more teams. And it's a great opportunity. So that's going to happen this Saturday. One of our teams is going to go out, and we would love to know if you are interested. This Sunday is a huge Sunday in the life of our church. So we had a lot of things going before COVID shut us down in March, and this Sunday is a huge step forward in bringing a lot of those things back. So if you're a member of our church, we want you to start showing up around 9 o'clock and helping us get set up, because at 9:15 we're going to start adding in some classes from 9:15 to 10 a.m. And we're going to have nursery care, caring for babies through 2. And then we're also going to have a class going through the Bible with preschoolers, another class for elementary, and both of those classes are going to use the curriculum associated with the Gospel Story Bible and the Long Story Short devotional. So what's cool about this is that this is a really user-friendly at-home thing that families can do with their kids that then connects with what we're teaching at church. So the two go together. The church and parents are partnering together to teach their kids the whole Bible and how the whole Bible points to Jesus and his gospel. So you don't have to do this at home, but it is an option, and we would encourage you to consider it. And each of the lessons stands alone, so that we would love for you to come every single week, but even if you miss a few weeks, every lesson will be a part of that. So that's our elementary and preschoolers are going to be going through a version of this curriculum, and there's ways to partner with parents on that. So 5th grade and middle school are also going to have their own class led by Justin and Melody McGeary and Stephen Matlock. And they're going to go through a curriculum called Radically Different, A Student's Guide to Community. So they're going to learn about how to build friendships around Christ and what that means to be in community, the church community, and friendship with one another. And I think that one's going to be a really cool study for 5th grade up through middle school. And then I'm going to lead one for high school on up and adults called When Helping Hurts. We started this back in March, only got a couple sessions in before we had to go fully online. So I'm going to bring that back, and it's got a video, and then it's got some discussion around the book When Helping Hurts. And so it's a great study in how do we as Christians engage needs in our community in a way that actually helps draw people to Christ and actually helps them out of poverty or whatever struggle that they're happening. So it'll be good for us to grow in our faith, and also good in how we reach out in our community. So that's kicking off this Sunday. So we encourage you to come and be involved. If you're a member, we need you to serve somewhere. If you're not yet a member, we would still love for you to come and enjoy the classes and get to know us and build relationships. So 9:15 to 10 a.m. starting this Sunday. We're going to bring back the classes, or Sunday school, as you might call it. So it still has to follow all the same protocols of mask and social distancing. We're going to work that all out, but we think it's worth it, even in that setting, to begin investing with more Bible teaching and community early on Sunday mornings. So definitely plan to come this Sunday at 9:15. Okay, and then lastly, we are going to be back in the Gospel of John. We did some Psalms over the summer, and we're going to jump back into our study of John in John chapter 12, verses 12 through 37, I think it is. We're going to look at the triumphal entry. And I would encourage you to check out the message from yesterday. I did a summary message of John's Gospel, just sort of giving the big picture of John, and particularly the first 12 chapters, and what John's doing in his masterpiece of the Gospel, the story of Jesus. And so would really encourage you to check that out in the Q&A. I designed the message in such a way that it's one that hopefully you could go back to again and again and pick up more things. So it's a very dense message with a lot of information in it, and that was by design, so that you could go back to it again and again. A bit like Chinese food, there's always leftovers that you can then enjoy later. So yesterday was a strange Sunday. We had a lot of people out of town doing family stuff, which is great. So we had kind of a strange Sunday, but would encourage you to check out that message on our podcast, Redeeming Grace Church podcast, that you can find on most platforms, or our YouTube channel, Redeeming Grace Church, which you can just look for our logo, and it's on there as well. But would encourage you to listen and re-listen to that as we finish the Gospel of John this fall. So love you. Thank you for sticking with me in this video. Let me know if there is some way that you would love to take a next step in being involved, small group, service, classes, whatever. Would love to serve you, pray for you, do whatever I can to help you, and would love for you to take the next step in the life of our church. So thanks again for watching this. I love you, grateful for you. Thanks for being a part of this mission to enjoy, display, and share God's redeeming grace with the world. And I hope to catch up with you sometime this week, and see you Sunday.